Greeting to all the students. Welcome to Global Online. And here we are back with our NTA UGC Net Paper 2 preparation for 2022 batch. This is the fifth lecture for Unit 10, that is Entrepreneurship, in which we are going to see the last topic, that is micro and small scale industries in India, including the institutional finance to small industries. So let's start the session. So before we start the session, a quick look at what is provided at Global Online. We do take the preparation of UGC Net Paper 1, which consists of daily live lectures, notes on all the topic, that is revision notes, last 10-year question papers, with the answer key test series consisting of 2,500 MCQs, which you can get with the help of Global Online app also, as well as you can ping us on the WhatsApp number. The fees is 3,500. In case if you are going on the app, you can see the icon. You can download the app with the help of Google Play Store. Once you go to the Google Play Store, download the app, you have to get yourself registered with the registered mobile number. And then you can see such type of interface for paper 2, which consists of complete video lectures, notes, test series, as well as previous year question papers in PDF format and target based preparation. And in case if you're taking paper 2 exclusively, so that then you don't have to pay for paper 1, paper 1 will be definitely free of cost for everyone. So this is how you can get in touch with us for your paper 2 also. Now let's start with the session. So the first thing which we are going to understand is the steps which are involved in starting of a venture. So if you want to start any venture, what are the basic steps involved? So first is you have the decision to be self-employed, that is as an entrepreneur, SWOT analysis, you can say, availability of the funds, that is in the form of money, business environment scanning of business environment to understand the important aspects, training, the selection of a product, market survey, which is very, very important in order to understand what exactly is currently, what is the scenario in the market, selection of form of ownership, which exactly you want to go for, location, technology, machinery, and equipment. At the same time, you have to prepare the business plan. We have seen how to prepare a business plan in the previous class also, and the project appraisal. So see, these are the basic steps which are required in order to start the venture. Now, let's understand the further things. Just a second. Yes. So once you have done with that, you should also understand what are the institutions which support entrepreneur. So obviously now you know what you're supposed to do, but then there has to be some support or some support from the different institutions. So there is a list of institutions which supports this entrepreneurship activities. Like as you can see on the screen, small industries development organization, that is SIDO. When we have National Industries Corporation, small industries as SIDBI, then we have small state industries, small industry service institutions, Khadi and village industries, technical consultancies, state industrial development, state trading corporation, industrial credit and investment corporation, industrial development bank of India, industrial financial corporation, state financial corporation, district industries, as well as industrial estates. So these are the list of supporting institutes for the entrepreneurs. Now, so let's one by one quickly have a look, because some questions are expected in management from this particular topic. So let's have a look one by one for every one of them. So the first one is the Small Industries Development Organization, which was established in 1954, which is considered as one of the important apex, a vital body for assisting the government in formulating and overseeing the implementation of its policies and programs. So the objectives, it provides techno-economic and managerial consultancy. It provides support to technological upgradation, modernization, as well as quality improvement and infrastructure, which is very, very important. It assists small-scale industries in HR training and skill upgradation. And at the same time, it provides testing and calibration services to the small-scale industries. The services which are rendered by SIDO, that is, entrepreneurship development and management training. It also talks about provision of extension and training services. It talks about skill development, preparation of project files, testing services, export promotion, modernization of workshops. These are the all services which are provided by SIDO so that the small scale, the industries can, develop and do well. Then we have the next body, that is National Small Industries Corporation, which was established in 1955. Years you have to keep in mind properly, because you can definitely get questions on this, the years also. So the objectives and the years are very, very important. That's what I have listed them very well. So it is development and upgradation of technology. It imparts training. It set up small scale industries in developing countries. It undertakes the construction of industrial estates. It provides equipment, a leasing facility. At the same time, it helps in export marketing as well as distribution of raw materials. The functions, that is, what is the role which is played by it? It helps to supply the raw materials and equipments. It arranges the raw materials. Financing is done. Market servicing is done. Technological services are provided. HR training is undertaken, as well as fair trades is a part of it. Then we have is the Small Industries Development Corporation, a state small industries development corporation, which was established under the Companies Act of 1956 in order to promote the tiny and small village as well as village industries in specific states, that is states basically. So the functions is to procure, to acquire and distribute the raw materials, to supply machinery on higher purchase basis, to provide marketing assistance, to construct industries, to construct industrial estates, to provide management assistance, manage a sale window for handlooms, handicrafts, as well as small scale industry items. Then we have next is the Small Industry Service Institute. Now see these institutes, no, definitely they are very factual. You should be very confirmed with their objectives. You should be very confirmed with like, for example, you should be very you should be very alert with their functions and objectives and the formation year. That is the questions can be expected from this area of specific body. So Small Industry Service Institutes, which was developed in 1956 again, the services it takes care of is the technical consultancy, the training facilities, the marketing help, the testing facilities, even the workshop service and general advice, which is provided by Small Industry Service Institute. Then we have next is the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, so which was set up in the year 1953, to develop basically the Khadi and village industries and specifically improve the rural employment opportunities, which included what processing of cereals and pulses, leather, cottage matches, as well as palm, as well as good, etc. That is the industries which included under Khadi and Village Industry Commission. The activity was to train the artisans, to extend the assistance for the procurement of raw materials, to provide the help, you can say, marketing of finished products and arrangement of manufacturing of improved equipments and machinery to the producers on concessional terms. So concessional rates were given. Then we had Technical Consultancy Organization, which again was set up in 1950 to ensure that, the consultancy needs of small and medium industries are undertaken. So under this, the services such as, industrial potential survey was conducted, project profiles and feasibility studies were conducted, identification of potential entrepreneurs was taken into consideration, providing technical and managerial assistance was done, conducting research, marketing research and survey, energy audit and energy conservation, as well as project supervision, and offering the consultancy services, that is management consultancy services, which was a part of what? Which was a part of Technical Consultancy Organization. Then we had this next is the State Industrial Development Corporation, that is SIDCs. The main objective was to develop the medium and large enterprise, including the functions such as financial assistance, setting up the enterprise, conducting the promotional activities, development services, as well as, leasing, merchant banking, venture capital, and mutual funds. These were the functions which was undertaken by State Industries Development Corporation. Then we had the next was the State Trading Corporation, which was again set up in 1956 as a sole import agency. So there you can get, so you should remember this unique feature will help you to remember trading corporations were basically to look after the imports. The objectives were, to understand the supply at a reasonable and stable prices, especially to meet the local demand, have effect import and export at the favorable prices, that is the standard prices. Implementation of the trade agreements and the government policies was undertaken. Financial assistance was given wherever required. Development of products and markets were, uh, again were considered properly, and to check unhealthy competition. So wherever there was unhealthy competition, or the competition which was not happening in a fair way, in a fair form, was to be considered. Then Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India Limited, so that is called as ICICI. So basically this was established on 5th of Jan 1955 with its headquarters in Mumbai. Basic reason, you can say, objective you can say, was to promote the infrastructural financial infrastructural, to build up a financial infrastructure to promote the industrial growth, with an objective what it assisted in creation of expansion and modernization of enterprises. It promoted the participation of private capital, granting the loans for a period of 15 years, up to 15 years. Sponsors and underwriters, new shares and debentures. So underwriters, as you all know, when the shares have been not sold out in the open market, means as per the IPO. So it has been, the guarantee has been taken by the underwriters to purchase it. And for the same thing, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation will help them to make the funds available for the investment. So that is the main objective of this. Next we have is IDBI, that is which was established in 1964 with an objective of coordinating the activities of other financial institutions, supplementing the resources, planning and promoting the various industries, adopting and enforcing a system to promote industrial growth, investment, market and investment research. Technical and administrative help was a main objective which was provided by IDBI. Then what type of assistance? They also gave assistance, direct assistance for loans, subscriptions on finance. Indirect assistance was provided for refinance loan terms, and special assistance was provided for the industrial which are not capable to secure the funds. So what type of special assistance? One type of special assistance would definitely help them to sort out their problem or issue. Then we have is in the Small Industries Development Bank of India, that is SIDBI, which was established in the year 1919, wholly owned subsidiary of IDBI. Okay, the functions which were undertaken under this was the refinancing of loans and advances, discounting and rediscounting of bills of exchange, then granting direct assistance for the exports, no doubt in that, providing leasing services, upgradation of the technology and modernization was undertaken by them, and promotion of employment oriented industry. So this was the subsidiary of IDBI, which came up with a very different functions, and which was definitely need of an hour. Then we have Industrial Finance Corporation of India, which was established in 1948 for long-term loan letters for a short-term needs of industrial organization in country, with an objective to provide employment to the people, to broaden the country's entrepreneurial base. Financial assistance was set up, especially in the rural and backward areas, and to ensure that the regional imbalance to a certain extent has been reduced. So that was the major role of Industrial Finance Corporation. Then functions that how did it help for? So it granted loans and advances within 50 years, which was repayable within 25 years. Then we have next was so basically, what are the functions of IFCI? That is granting the loans, guaranteeing the loans, undertaking the issue of shares and debentures, guaranteeing the credit purchase, as well as acting as an agent to the central government. Now, coming next is your State Financial Corporation, which was where the act was passed in 1951. It authorized state government to provide financial help to the medium and small scale industries, which provided loan up to 10 lakhs. The assistance was in the form of providing long-term loans, subscribing the financial assistance, guaranteeing the deferred payments, as well as providing the advances for subscription of shares. Then we had next is district industrial centers, which started in the year 1978, again to provide an administrative framework, but at district level, especially in rural areas, a single window agency where the services and the supports were provided under the one roof. So even they conducted, certain functions such as survey, preparing the plan, guiding the entrepreneurs, then appraising the proposals. Okay. Then it was basically, conducting the training program, especially for the artisans, and assisting the entrepreneur in marketing. So this was the basic overall, functions which are conducted under district industrial centers. Then we have next is the structure of district industrial centers is like 1 general manager, 4 functional manager, 3 project managers, and the overall management is done by the state government. Then we have industrial estate. So industrial estate is nothing but a group of factories constructed on an economic scale, basically in suitable sites with facilities such as water, transport, public, post office, electricity, bank, and first aid. And it provides a special arrangement for the technical guidance and common facilities. So here the objectives are, to provide the infrastructure, accommodation facilities, encouragement of development of small scale industries, decentralized industries to rural and backward areas, to develop the entrepreneurial climate. The type of industrial estates are divided on the basis of function, that is general type and special type. General type is to accommodate variety of industries. Special type is specific industries. On the basis of organizational setup, it is divided into government, private, cooperative, and municipal. On the basis of other variants, it is ancillary, that is, ancillary to and large industries, functional, that is manufacturing, and workshop, that is for small firms. Then NABARD, very important concept. You definitely get some or other question on this. So it stands for National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, established in 1982, headquarters in Mumbai. The aim is to uplift the rural India by increasing the credit flow. And for that, it monitors and evaluates the project, refinances it. It is one of the apex body when it comes to investment and production credit for rural development. Now venture funding. So now we are going to see basically venture funding. It consists of what? So first is the stages of small and medium industries, wherein there is self-financing, that is owning the own capital, debt financing, investment from external sources like credit institutions, lease financing, leasing the companies, equity financing, the capital market, the venture capital financing, that is the business angels. The business angles, when we are going to talk about it, it talks about the business angles. The requirement of capital, that is fixed capital. So why it is required? What are the features and importance? So the capital is required for a longer period of time. It is used for buying assets, which are permanent in nature, low liquidity, raised through, it is raised through some sources in the form of shares and debentures, act as a source of strength, appreciation and depreciation values taken into consideration. It helps in promotion of enterprises, facilitates automation, and it continues the upgradation of the technology. And for this purpose, the fixed capital is required. The factors which can affect the fixed capital requirement can be in the form of nature of business, the type of products, the size of the firm, the diversity of the product lines, methods of acquiring fixed assets, techniques, type of industries, government and subsidy, the nature of competition, the purchase of second-hand machineries. Then the features and importance of working capital. So now we did is fixed capital. Working capital can be in the form of, circulating the capital or short-term capital, required a day-to-day working, required to purchase raw material, payment of wages, expenses, etc. There can be two concepts, that is gross working capital and net working capital. More liquid in nature, it ensures smooth functioning, it helps in continuity, it increases the goodwill and worthiness, it increases the efficiency and productivity, and yes, it helps also for the repayment of capital. So the two types of working capital can be permanent, wherein the amount of working capital always required for business to carry out its regular activities like initial working capital and the regular working capital. Whereas in the under variable, it varies as per the volume of the business. So it is like seasonal capital, or it is special working capital, which during the contingencies it can be. So what are the factors which can affect working capital? Yes, again, the size, the nature, the production process, the terms of credit, the banking facility, the seasonal variations, the contingencies, the terms of purchase and sales, or the raw material. These are the all factors which can definitely affect the working capital too. So here I have just listed the sources of fixed capital, working capital for your understanding, so that it will be easier for you in case if you get in the form of match the following and odd man out. So this will be helpful for you to, go through. Then we have, that is the next sessions which we have now. It will be basically for strategic management. So now very soon we'll be starting strategic management and we'll be completing the same. Thank you, everyone.